Thanks to the team at PowerUp, we have been supplied a code for the upcoming game Card Shark, so big shout out to them, and without further ado, let's jump into it. Fun fact, during my early 20s, I was a bit of a magician. Card magic was my speciality, and I loved all the things you could do with just 52 bits of card. And while Magic and Sleight of Hand have always appeared on the big screen, I was pleasantly surprised to see a game about real-life sleight of hand making its way to consoles for the very first time. Enter Card Shark, a game set in 18th century France where you play as a mute young man who manages to get involved with smooth talker Count of Saint Germain, who looks to hustle the rich out of bags of money by playing cards. And so your adventure begins. Right off the bat, Card Shark is likely not a game for everybody. The game is effectively an 8-hour quick-time event with a story mixed in. Having said that, it's certainly not a bland QTE event, where you're simply pressing one of the face buttons and your character does all of the work. The thing about Sleight of Hand is, there's a certain finesse and rhythm to it, which developers Neural and Nikolai managed to capture. Each sleight is controlled through the use of the joystick or the face buttons, and as I said, once you get the rhythm, it feels really good to pull off elaborate cons. There's a vast amount of cheats and sleights you learn as you play. I was really blown away by the sheer number. Peeking at cards, signalling cards, marking cards, false shuffles, stacking decks, it's all there. Thankfully, the game offers you plenty of moments to rehearse and practice any cheats you'll need before trying to rob someone for all they're worth. There is a bit of a learning curve to Card Shark, which you're carefully guided through. As with any real magic trick, the individual parts of the trick are so-so, but bring them together and you're in for a real treat. You'll start off in Card Shark with basic signals, but soon you'll be merging those signals with shuffling and deck stacking, and you might even touch a sword at some point. Let's break down a quick round. You've got your wallet balance in the top right, your opponent's wallet balance in the top left, and at the bottom is the suspicion meter. Take too long shuffling a deck or thinking about your signal, and your opponent gets suspicious of you. Let this fill up, and you're likely to find yourself staring down the barrel of a pistol or the sharp end of a sword. Now you make your bet, and the con is on. In this instance, we're trying to make sure Saint Germain gets 3 face or ace cards. We've orchestrated this by picking up the cards on the table in a specific order to make sure they get dealt to him. In this case, I made sure every third card I pick up was a high value one. Once the deck is stacked, a quick false shuffle and fake cut seals the deal. Repeat this a couple of more times, and we've soon taken these suckers for everything they've got. For those that just want to explore this story through 18th century France, there are a couple of accessibility features to help you get an extra edge. There are 3 levels of difficulty which change how quickly opponents become suspicious of your activities, as well as a hints toggle which will help you remember the important bits of the con. As you progress, the tricks of the trade you learn get progressively more difficult, so if you need to make a change to the difficulty, do not stress, as changing the difficulty doesn't impact any achievements and you can switch back whenever you like. Visually, Card Shark is like a painting that has come to life. Its unique visuals are created through something called monoprinting. Each shape is stamped onto a page. These shapes are then layered on top of each other to create the scenery and portraits. The reaction portraits of the main character are definitely my highlight. I can definitely relate to most of them. I do enjoy the fact that all the cards in the game are created individually too, and you can just flick through an entire deck and know that each card is being presented as its own entity. It just goes to show how much detail and care has been put into this wonderful game. From a music standpoint, the music absolutely slaps. Andrea Boccadoro absolutely nails the soundtrack. When the bass comes in, you know that some tomfoolery is about to commence. When the violin starts up, you know you're in high society and that a mark is just around the corner. All the pieces are lined up perfectly. From the horse carriage to a sword fight, my ears were blessed with a brilliant score. By the time this review comes out, Card Shark will be available right now for Nintendo Switch and PC, with a price tag of about 29 Australian dollars. Card Shark is a uniquely enjoyable experience. I love how each character just oozes personality just from their portrait alone. Not to mention learning about real life card cheats that might end up with me just dusting off an old deck of cards. And while the gameplay might put some off, those who have played and enjoyed games that Devolver Digital have put their name on should know they're in for a real treat. Thanks again to PowerUp for sending us a code of the game. If you'd like to try the game out, there's a demo available on Steam right now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.